Okay viewers, it's Hobo's Gold here, mate. We're going to do a gold pour today. We're going to do some broken jewellery and stuff. I hadn't done jewellery before. So it's basically the same principle as melting gold nuggets into gold bars. So we'll get ourselves set up and then we'll do a gold pour. Here we go, we got some jewellery here. Some of it's good. I mean, that's not a bad ring. That's probably 18 carat. And we got a fair bit that's 9 carat. So there's various sorts of gold here. We've got broken rings and we've got chains and all that sort of stuff here, and it doesn't really matter too much in my opinion that it's different carat, because in the end the gold buyer will do a purity test on the whole lot as a bar, and my gold buyer prefers it in bars instead of trying to sort this out and find out which one's 9 carat, which one's 18 carat, which one's 24 carat. Not that there'd be 24 carat in that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in a crucible. What I've got here in this container is I've done my own mixture of flux. It's basically borax, well it is borax, and carbonate soda, not bicarbonate soda, carbonate soda. I've got a mixture in there, and it's the stuff that I use when I'm doing my gold pours. Seems to work really well. So what I'll do is I'll sort some of this jewellery out, because that's the crucible I'm using, and you wouldn't think all that would fit in there, but it will. So what we'll do is we'll put all the small bits and pieces in there. We'll put the rings in there as well, and then as it's melting we'll lower the chains in there, and that'll go really well, because once it starts melting you can keep on adding to these. These actually take up to 16 ounces of gold. So you know, we've got our mould here, and this is about 47 grams of gold. So what we'll use is we'll use a 2 ounce mould. So you wouldn't think all that would fit in that container compartment there, but it will. And anyway, we'll get ourselves set up, and basically I'll just start putting some rings and the smaller stuff into there. All the broken bits and pieces. I think they'll go alright. I mean, they're a ball, but there's a hole in it, so I don't think they'll blow up. We'll soon find out anyway. So yeah, we just add a few things in here. Leave the chains aside. Put them aside. All the smaller stuff like that we'll put in there. And I think pretty much most of that there we can put in there. There's no stones in the jewellery, as in diamonds and stuff, so we don't have to worry about anything like that. So they're just chains left there. It's pretty much fill that in half full, but once it starts melting down it'll just disappear. So what I'll do, in about that amount, I'll put in probably about half a teaspoon, even though that's not level, so put that in there, and that'll be a good mix. I might put a little bit more, and this will help all the impurities. Not as much impurities in gold, but in gold chains and that, but we'll see. And basically what I do is I just grab my tongs and I'll put that into there, and then I'll just put that aside, put the chains aside, put them in your pocket now. And I'll get my torch set up, and now I'll get it all fired up. Anyway, these are the torches that I use, and it's MAP gas. I find they're a hotter flame. They're about 1980 degrees Celsius, and I use 2 of these in the furnaces that I produce. I make these furnaces, and they work really, really well. You're surprised. Basically, in nuggets, I've melted about 2 ounces of gold in 4 minutes, which is pretty good going. You take your gold to a gold buyer, and they take something like half an hour, because the machine's got to warm up and all that sort of thing. So this is a real quick and easy way to do it. So what I'll do is I'll get these fired up. These have got the presto start, but they're not working anymore, so table here.
So we've got the torches burning here, and what I've got is the lid. The lid, you put it a little bit over the hole. You can put it like that, but I find that's the best way of doing it, like that. And just let that heat up for a bit, and the gold melt, and then we'll start lowering these chains in as it starts melting. Some of the jewellery, I mean, we've only had this going on for about 30 seconds or so, and some of the jewellery is melting already. And I find that with jewellery, sometimes it melts because it's chains and small rings and small articles, they melt a bit quicker. Bubbling away with the borax. So what I'll do is I'll start lowering some of these chains into the molten gold. And usually you find because it's already hot gold down there, you've got to be careful with it because it could explode, and you find that the articles melt pretty quick. We just put that on there for about a minute or so. And that's the mould I'm using. I'll be using a 2-ounce mould, and I have found that you don't need to do anything to that. You don't, unless it's a really cold day, you don't need to heat it up at all. You can just pour it straight into that. Have a quick look at that. And that's all melted in there now. There's a technique I use when you're using the tongs. Instead of going up, you don't use it like that. You put your hand underneath it like that. So when you grab the crucible, you can quickly tip it. The quicker you tip it, the better you go, the molten bar you're going to get. Now I'd say that's ready. You can see how the flame is nice and bright and shiny and dancing around. And basically that's it. And what I'll do is dunk that straight in the water.
I missed that bit. Damn.
Give it a bit of a rub, get all the borax. And that's it. Yes, there's the gold bar we've just poured from Gary's scrap gold jewellery. Didn't take long, as you saw by the video, it didn't take long to melt that down and pour it into a gold bar. It was about 47 grams, give or take, and now we're going to weigh it again and see how much we lost. Now it's 46.91, so we've lost a little bit, but not much at all. Gold here again, and we've just poured a nice 47 gram gold bar from Scrap Jewellery. Now over here I have got some gold, 82.5 grams of gold nuggets, all various sizes, some nice pieces in there, but yeah, it's just gold. We just melt it down and sell it as gold bars to our gold buyer. Our same crucible as we used before, and what we're going to do is, we just add some of this gold. We won't get that all in there. The thing is, when you're using borax, it bubbles up. So what will I do is I put in probably roughly, I don't like to mount more than 2 ounces in one hit, but I can. And what I do is I put a couple ounces of gold in there. You don't have to measure it, just put it in there, what you reckon is enough. And I reckon that's pretty close to the amount of gold that I want to put in there. Now what I do is the same principle. I've got my borax mixture here, and that'll get, it's a flux, it'll help the gold bind together, thin the gold out a bit, and also get rid of the impurities. So when you do, after you've done a gold bar, sometimes you get this greeny blacky glass material on the top, but that's a lot of the impurities. Now what I'll do is I'll put in, that's probably about a teaspoonful. And I'll put that in there. And what I'll do is I'll give it a bit of a tap. You can get a container and you can sort of mix it through, but I find this is just as good. Now I'll just put it in my furnace here. Centralise that as much as you can. And what I'll do is basically get one torch lit. And a second torch is quite easy to do because it's already got the wire there, just press it. Alright, now we've had the gold burning here for a couple of minutes and the gold is melting down nicely. Now what I do is, because I'm trying to do more than 2 ounces in one hit, basically I get a teaspoon and I put gold on there, and bit by bit I tip gold in the furnace or in the crucible. Let that heat up for a bit. Be very careful with this because I have had a few hits of gold and because of the heat difference I have blown out of the crucible. And that's the last bit going in there now. Minutes and that gold is melted down, bubbling away. I've got the mould ready to go. We're going to use the 5 ounce mould. We've got nearly 3 ounces of gold in there, 82 grams. The 2 ounce one obviously would be too small for it, so what we do is we just pour it in the 5 ounce mould. And there you go. It's not hot, just warm. Look at that beautiful shiny bar. And there you go. One nice shiny gold bar. We'll weigh it in a minute and put it on video. Anyway, we've poured a beautiful, nice, shiny gold bar. Now that was about 82 grams of gold. We're going to weigh it now, so we'll tell you what the result is. And it's 82.12 grams of gold, so we didn't really lose anything. This was, mind you, this was nice clean gold, been sitting in acid for a bit, got all the impurities out of it, and I usually find that's an easier gold pour to do. It's just nice clean gold, comes out nice and bright and shiny, and with natural gold that's dirty, when I do a gold pour, I usually have got a browny gold, not browny gold, but a coppery colour coating on it. Now this one came out that clean. And right, we've done our gold pours, we've got some nice gold bars here, and there's a bit of colour difference between the 9 karat gold jewellery and, well, let's say 24 karat gold nuggets. Now you can see the big difference in the colour, and beautiful looking gold still. Now we'll get a good price for that one, being 9 karat gold, but that one's 24 karat. So it'll be about, probably about 92, maybe 94% pure gold. So anyway, thanks for watching Hobo's Gold. I hope you got something out of this video. Just remember, Hobo's Gold, and pour your own gold bars. Cheers!